In the vast sands of Egypt, where kings built pyramids and gods were carved from stone, one name stands out as a defiance of time and tradition. She was not born to rule, nor was she meant to lead, but she became one of the greatest pharaohs in history. Around 1507 BCE, a royal daughter was born to Pharaoh Thutmose I and his great royal wife, Ahmose. Her name was Hatshepsut, which means foremost of noble ladies. In ancient Egypt, lineage was crucial. Hatshepsut's blood was royal on both sides, giving her unmatched legitimacy in a world where female rulers were rare and typically not allowed to become kings. As a young princess, Hatshepsut was educated in religion, politics, and the sacred rituals of Amun. She observed her father lead Egypt into prosperity and learned the art of kingship from the shadows. Hatshepsut married her half-brother, Thutmose II, as was customary for royalty. He reigned for only a short time, being weak and often ill. Together, they had one daughter, Neferure, but no son. When Thutmose II died around 1479 BCE, the crown passed not to Hatshepsut, but to her stepson, a boy from a lesser wife, Thutmose III. Egypt now had a child king and needed a regent. Hatshepsut stepped in, not just as protector, but as ruler in all but name. For 7 years, Hatshepsut ruled behind the throne as Thutmose III grew up. However, something unexpected occurred. By year 7 of his reign, 1473 BCE, Hatshepsut did the unthinkable. She declared herself Pharaoh. Not queen, but king. She adopted all 5 royal titles of a pharaoh and appeared in art as a man, wearing the royal kilt, a false beard, and a Nemes headdress, while still referring to herself as daughter of the gods. To legitimize her rule, Hatshepsut spread a myth that Amun, king of the gods, had appeared to her mother in the form of Thutmose I. Hatshepsut claimed that she was no ordinary ruler. She was divine by birthright. Unlike many pharaohs who waged war to prove their power, Hatshepsut ruled through trade, architecture, and diplomacy. Her most famous expedition was to the mysterious Land of Punt, likely in modern-day Eritrea or Somalia. Around 1465 BCE, 5 ships were dispatched down the Red Sea. They returned with gold, ivory, incense, ebony, baboons, and myrrh trees, symbols of divine favor. These treasures were so valuable that Hatshepsut had them planted in her temples. The expedition is immortalized in stunning reliefs at her grand temple, Djeser-Djeseru, or the Holy of Holies. Hatshepsut was one of the most prolific builders in Egyptian history. She restored temples, constructed sanctuaries, and raised 2 massive obelisks at Karnak, one of which still stands today. However, her masterpiece was her mortuary temple at Deir el-Bahri, across the Nile from Thebes. Designed in perfect symmetry with the cliffs behind it, this multi-tiered complex served as a testament to divine power and legacy. On its walls, her life was carved in stone, her divine birth, her triumph in Punt, her titles, and her lineage. She ruled for nearly 22 years, a time marked by peace, wealth, and grand vision. Yet, after her death around 1458 BCE, her name began to vanish. Statues of her were destroyed, and inscriptions were chiseled away. Her face was gouged out of stone. This was no accident. It was likely carried out by Thutmose III, now ruling as sole pharaoh. Historians debate the motive behind this erasure. Was it vengeance or a political move to re-establish the male line of succession? Whatever the reason, the outcome was clear. Hatshepsut was nearly erased from Egyptian history. For centuries, no one knew she had ever ruled. Then, in the 19th century, archaeologists discovered her temple. Her name, once hidden beneath the titles of other kings, was revealed again. In 1903, explorer Howard Carter found a tomb in the Valley of the Kings, KV60, with a forgotten mummy. In 2007, DNA and dental analysis confirmed that the body was Hatshepsut. After 3,500 years, the lost Pharaoh queen had been found. Hatshepsut is now remembered as one of Egypt's greatest rulers. She broke tradition, but maintained faith. She ruled wisely, but without war. And though her enemies attempted to erase her, she carved her story into stone and into history. She was not a queen who ruled like a man. She was a pharaoh who ruled like a god. In the silence of stone temples and the whisper of desert winds, the legacy of Hatshepsut lives on.